Welcome to Winning Wall Street's Money. Help support my channel. We need to get to 1,000 subscribers pretty much as soon as possible. So then I go live streaming because YouTube policy, they won't let me go live until I have 1,000 subscribers. Thank you to all the folks out there that have subscribed to my YouTube channel. If you have not yet, please take this moment now with helping me. Click subscribe. Next, click the bell. And next, click all. This helps you receive a notification when I post my next videos. Plus, click the thumbs up button and every time you watch my videos. If you got value from this video, if this was helpful, then please consider sharing a small monetary donation to my channel by going below and clicking on either my Patreon or PayPal links. If you join my Patreon page, then you'll get early access to these videos 24 hours before they're posted on the YouTube and lots more. If you prefer just leaving a small tip, click on PayPal. Either way, then you get that warm sense of satisfaction years down the line knowing that you helped me become a successful YouTuber.
Wednesday, November 2nd, 6:47 p.m. New York time. U.S. stock markets close and the futures market reopens. And today the Fed released its statement and released its policy and showed its hands on what it's doing with interest rates. So let's look at the weekly charts, broad markets. Identify, are we trending? Are we in a consolidation phase? Are we still inside the range of last week? We'll look at the major stock indexes first. S&P 500, it's red. It's red. It hasn't taken out the low of last week yet, but it did test the high and go above the high of last week for a short point. Yeah, so look at this, it's in a consolidation phase. And look at this. This is a trend down. And the retracement paused halfway, that red line. Again, the week's not over yet, but this is what's occurring. Well, look at the NASDAQ 100. No, it did not take out the high of last week. It made a lower high, lower low, and already trading below 2 weeks. So the NASDAQ's worse than the S&P 500. The Dow Jones Industrial Average, also red, but made a higher high, higher low. It's above midpoint of the prior week. That's a strong index showing. Dow Transport, same thing, made a higher high, higher low. Dow Utilities, same thing, higher high, higher low. And the Russell 2000, same thing, higher high, higher low. So takeaway here is the NASDAQ, technology, the growth is the worst performer here today on the weekly. Again, the week's not over yet. Things could change. Let's go on to the next. Let's look at the U.S. Treasuries. That's what has a big effect. We'll look at the higher time frame first. We'll look here at the 30-year bonds. Red, higher high, higher low. Small trading range. Yeah, real small. One would expect this is going to continue going lower. Now looking at the 10-year note, look at that. Inside candle. Never took out the higher low of the prior week. So a tight consolidation there too. And the 5-year notes, same thing, inside. And the 2-year. Whoop, big red. Sold off lower low, lower high. Almost at a new low for the year. Again, these short-term Treasury products are much more affected by the interest rate changes. Again, raising yields, interest rates, have these treasuries go lower. They trade them first. That's what's happening. You can trade these. Let's go on to the next. Let's look at the dollar, the US dollar. Inside candle for the week. Hasn't taken out the higher low yet. Yep. Hollow candle equivalent to a ring. So it's in a tight consolidation here. Tight area. Bitcoin also inside the range. Big difference here. Yep. US dollars near the high of the year. Crypto Bitcoin is near the low of the year. Big difference. Strong like bull and sleeping bear. They go lower. Let's go on to the next. We'll look at the broader currency market. Look at the currency markets, the broad ones, the major pairs. We'll use the futures market to look at them. So those future markets again, /6 followed by the letter. Look at the euro. Euro declining against the US dollar. Lower high, lower low. Japanese yen, interesting. Inside candle. Didn't take out the higher low last week. Tight consolidation here. Look at these small little bodies. These are dodgies, indecision. That's what they refer to, indecision. They don't know what to do. Well, we have some clues. We have a huge wick down there. We may get retested. But we also have this huge impulse move down there. Followed by this. Yeah, more likely we should have a lower low coming in. British pound, inside candle. They were undecided too. Interesting. Canadian dollar. Look at that inside candle. Swiss franc. Nope, it actually sold off. Lower low, lower high. Australian dollar inside too. So right off the bat, we saw the euro did sell off. But it's interesting. Majority of these are inside candles. But again, look at the Europe. Euro, Swiss franc, both the European currencies, more reddish. Or most of the other ones, the Asian ones, North America, inside candles. Interesting. Okay, let's look at commodities. First, look at the energy category. Yep, the commodities have different categories. The energy. Looking at crude oil. Look at that. It's green. Higher high, higher low. Trend is up. And it's testing this midpoint of this big candle. So we might have already made the low of the year right here. Well, actually, this was the low of the year over here on the left. But we did go down here. And now up. It's a tight consolidation range here too. Very interesting. Yep. But again, I'm thinking we're done with the lows of the year. And we should expect to see higher prices coming. Natural gas also already making a higher high, higher low. Yep. So both of them are trending up. Trending up, both of these commodities. The energy, higher highs, higher lows. All right, let's look at more commodities. The metals. Start off the big one, gold. Red. Yep. Lower low, lower high. Inside this demand zone. It's in big trouble. It's in big trouble. It's practically back at the low of the year. Not good. So you got Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, Bitcoin near the low of the year. You have gold near the low of the year. Look at here, silver. Silver near the low of the year. That was the high over here. Near the low of the year. Huge consolidation for several months here. And platinum. Inside candle indecision. But it's been trending up. So you have this here. Supply zone of sellers. It's testing it. Be concerned. This could peak because of inside candles. See how it gets done. If it closes like this on Friday, one would expect it's going to be indecision. And after that, be a breakout one way or the other. There's two opportunities setting up here to trade. And copper. Look at this tiny trading range for the past several weeks. Tight consolidation and constantly selling off when it's hitting that 3.5. But here, look at these lows. They're higher lows. So there's a defined trend. There's a defined trend. We'll just do here. Actually, we're swinging out. Swing it out. There we go. Building a wedge, but the higher lows. Let's go on to the next group of commodities category, agricultural. First one is corn. Higher high, higher low. Again, tight acceleration here in China. It's retesting this big wick. And that's where we're going into right now. So we'll see if it's going to break above that. But you notice here, defined consolidation. And now this one is a staircase pattern higher high. That's interesting. So if it closes above that green, that's good. If you're bullish. See? Consolidation, breakout to the upside, consolidation. So there are buyers here stepping in. So it's grinding up slow. Still working on retracement up here. And wheat futures, red, made a higher high, higher low. Again, retesting, retracement. Let's draw that big wick there. It's potential retest. Doesn't mean it's going to retest the whole top. It could be testing it, rejecting it, and going to roll over, getting near the lows of the year. Soybean futures, ooh, up strong. Big trading range since these prior ones, nice. Screen, broke out of here. And I don't remember what I mentioned when I put that yellow arrow there, so you can check back my old video. Other than saying that's a dodgy candle, I presume I said that. Indecision, we didn't know which way it's going to go. And live cattle. Red, lower low, lower high. Not a surprise up there. Look at that bearish pin bar. Yep. So I won't expect it's going to do a retracement of this big candle. But again, it's still high, near the high of the year. And feeder cattle. Well, look at that. Trending down. Still selling off. That was the high. Take that trend line, swing it out. Rejection. Didn't have a follow through to go higher. So now I won't expect it's going to be grinding down slower. Somewhere down in this area. And a lean hog. Red, lower low, lower high. Big consolidation here. Let's label that. That's what it is. Tight consolidation. And look here. This whole red candle impulse move down is doing a whole retracement there. Now in a consolidation phase. Interesting how this would be at the end of the year. Okay, many thanks for watching. Thank you, as always, for spending just a little bit of your time with me. If you've gotten value from this video, if this was helpful, then please consider sharing a small monetary donation to my channel by going below and clicking on my PayPal or Venmo. You can leave a small tip. If you don't want to share financial support, no problem. Just click the like and subscribe and leave a comment, please.